Yung flow po niyan, magtatanong po per ano, diba?
Per ano naman. Basta kapag may tanong ako, isisingit ko.
Okay po, sige po. Thank you po. Um, so, hi, I am Lance Tristan de la Paz Navarro, BSEMC 5B. First topic ko po, di ko ano. First topic ko po, a day for each individual's profession. Introduction. Many of us focus on our courses, but we excel in other skills that are related to our field. Yet, we cannot focus on it. EMC students have a lot of specialization in photography and video editing to digital traditional arts and game development. Imagine having one day per week that students focus on their skills that are they are comfortable, which helps them both improve and be productive. Focusing, a sing- Focusing on a single track while being passionate about doing it can improve students' skills. Let's just say every Friday, students join accordingly on which specialization they are good at: video editing, photo editing, photography, and digital art, etc. Each individual meets others who focus on the same skills that they have makes them more efficient and construct a whole new idea that soon can be helpful in the industry. So my problem statement is undecided student may had hard time to choose which skills they want to improve. Then yung goal, objective, and target users ko po. Goal is to nourish individuals' talents and capabilities. Objective is to let the students decide which skills they want to focus at without limiting them and help us to know each individual skills for team project. Target users will be the freshman EMC students with different port of skills. So ito po yung timeline ko po for research, improvement, planning.
Ang question ko doon,
Sa,
'di ba sabi ko sa inyo panoorin niyo yung nandun sa ano natin, sa video? Oo,
Opo.
oo. Ngayon, dun sa video na yun, sa present ni Justin, sinasabi niya kung ano yung gagawin. Anong gagawin para ma-reach yung goal. Ngayon, anong gagawin mo para ma-reach mo yung goal na yan?
Yung gagawin ko po is apply po mismo sa EMC, like mini workshop about dun sa Kaya tulad po nung sinabi ko po sa introduction na halimbawa po sa amin yung magaling po sa video editing sa photo si Seth, tapos sa photography si si Lobo,
Okay.
tapos digital art yung kumbaga
So,
every Friday po.
Let me clear you on that, no, Lance. Ang
Okay po.
pinapa-present natin today is yung title proposal for your capstone. So that means merong output. Okay, meron kang kailangan na output. Okay? So, ganito yung gawin natin. Patingin ako nung second title mo.
Meron po may isang may output po mismo. Yung third title ko po.
Patingin ako nung goal and objective mo.
Goal and objective po.
Ayan. Okay. Sige, ganito. I-out muna kita. No? Okay. Ganito gawin mo. Yung whole presentation panoorin mo dun sa video. Huwag ka mag-scroll. Makikita mo doon kung paano yung presentation ng goal, objective, target user. At the same time, makikita mo doon kung ano yung title proposal na hinahanap ko. Okay? I mean, the output base na hinahanap ko. Okay? Makikita mo doon sa example, doon sa mismong video na sinend ko doon sa group natin. Okay? So, pagka okay na, pagka naintindihan mo na, i-chat mo ako, bigyan mo ako ng feedback, kasi most probably, eto, babaguhin mo ng konti. May dadagdag ka ng konti. Okay?
Okay po. So,
Okay,
sa mga ganito lang po, or babaguhin ko po yung both at
babaguhin mo yan, i-pattern mo based dun sa example ng presentation ni Justin. Kasi si Justin, yung flow of presentation, ano siya, parang siguro na-confuse ka lang kasi ang parang binase mo diyan is ano yung research na gagawin mo. Okay, tapos anong action. Pero ang gagawin kasi natin, ano yung nakikita mong problem, pero ang answer do'n is yung output nyo ng EMC through either advertisement, infomercial, animation, gano'n. Hindi yung ite-train natin yung mga EMC students by means of seminar, hindi siya gano'n. Oo,
Okay po.
okey. Tignan mo mabuti 'no, tapos,
Okay.
bigyan mo ako ng
Di ko po
feedback.
pwedeng i-present po niyan yung huli na just
Tignan
in
ko
case
yung
na.
huli, sige.
So, yung huli po is animation as an effective advertisement.
Okey.
Animating requires the passion and dedication of an artist to portray different emotions in their characters. What if we animate the life of EMC students? How stressful yet enjoyable could it be? It can be an advertisement of our course to have more students that can fill roles of our production team. A role that consists of how they manage to survive college life or how they deal with projects in AMC. How effective could that be? Based by Animate to explain, as technology has improved, there has been insurgence in use of animation in advertising. Animation is fun to watch and engage a lot of viewers, makes it better in advertising. Yung problem statement ko po is requires a lot of time and planning with a few selected members that production team might have difficulties. Then yung goal ko po is to prove how engaging animation in advertising. Objective ko po is in this research is to promote EMC courses. Uh, Target users ko po is yung mga group po na may alam na po sa production team like third years and fourth years. Ito po.
Oo. Actually, tama naman yung mga balikan mo yung first mo. Sige, magko-comment na ako. Actually, tama naman yung mga ano mo, ah, titles mo, 'no? So, a day for each individual's profession. Sige, go dun sa objective and goal.
Ito po
Ah,
talaga sa mga ganito po.
so, okay naman. Kaso asan yung problem? Statement of the problem mo.
Ito po.
Undecided students may have time to choose which skills they want to improve. Okay. Sige, next. Okay. Yung goal, yan, is to nourish. That is correct. Yung objective mo kasi is to develop something, no? To develop something that would help them. Okay, let's say magke-create ka ng isang movie that would enhance kung paano nila ma-enhance yung talent nila. Yung ganon. Go
Okay.
tayo dun sa pinakita mong
Pangalawa.
kanina pangalawa. Okay naman tong timeline mo, no? Yung problem, patingin ako. Having less students make the production team suffer because of adjustments. Some students might just to fill others' role, just fill. Ito medyo malaki yung sinakop mo dito and medyo hindi ko I don't think it would be answerable by a movie, an infomercial, and so on, no? So punta tayo doon sa pangatlo.
Doon po sa may
Okay, requires a lot of time planning with few selected members. The production team might have difficulties. Ang na-target mo kasing mga problem is a group problem eh. Ngayon, tanungin kita Lance, what do you
sige.
think would be the solution na pwedeng maging maging answerable by your output through animation?
Solution po ng
Oo. Halimbawa, ito, requires a lot of time planning with few selected members. The production team might have difficulties. Sa tingin mo ba, you can do an output such animation na medyo masasagot tong problem na to?
na masasagot po yung sa animation po.
'Di ba?
Through
Halimbawa,
animation
eto, 'di
po.
ba may problem ka dito? Ito. Lot of time sa planning, few selected members. Sa tingin mo ba, pagka nag-create ka ng animation, no? Ah, let's say kasi parang ganito 'yan, eh.
Ano
Bigyan
po
kita
eh.
ng example.
Imagine ko na po kasi.
Oo,
Po.
oo. Okay, imaginein mo 'to. May nakikita kang bata, pakalat-kalat, 'no? Pakalat-kalat siya,
Opo.
nanglilimos, 'no? So 'yun nakita mong problem, okay? In general nakita mo siyang problem.
Opo.
Ngayon, ang way mo para makapag-produce ka ng possible, campaign para sa mga street children is to create an animation that would educate parents about family planning.
Opo.
Nage-gets mo
Yung,
yung ibig
opo.
ko sabihin? Ngayon,
Yung
eto,
pinaka,
eto ngayon, etong pinapakita mo sa akin na 'to,
opo.
sa tingin mo ba, there is a way na puwedeng masolusyunan siya or ma-educate siya or may campaign na puwedeng
Opo.
ma-adapt through animation? Tingin mo?
Opo. Yung sa introduction ko po na ano, parang yung animate po kasi dito is yung life ng EMC. Kumbaga nandun
Mhm,
po yung emotions po.
mhm.
Yung andun po yung emotions, yung ano po, struggle. Kaya po parang gusto ko pong i-animate in a way na kung paano po pinapakita yung stressful. Yung stressful po nun is yung pag-segregate ng job and pag-a-adjust ng
Mm.
ibang roles. Pero nakaka-enjoy pa rin. So, yung more on type po dito is to advertise po talaga yung course para mas marami po
I
yung
see. O balik ka ngayon do'n sa
tapos
statement of the
problem
problem mo.
statement po.
O
Apo.
'yan. So, hindi ito yung magiging problem mo kung yun yung output mo. Oo, babaguhin mo 'to. Okay, kung gusto mong ipakita yung daily life ng EMC o yung struggle ng EMC, okay, hindi ito yung magiging statement of the problem mo. Okay, ano
Apo.
magiging statement of the problem mo? Ang problem mo is hindi nila alam kung ano ang BS-EMC. Hindi nila alam what lies behind a student of BS-EMC. Yun ang problem mo. Ngayon, 'pag produce mo na yung animation mo, malalaman na nila yung yung
Apo.
life ng BS-CMC. Nasagot ba? Nasagot ba?
Apo.
Nasagot ba yung problem mo? Okay, tandaan mo, ang problem mo is hindi nila alam. They are not aware of what a student BS-EMC is. Now, you create an animation of what is BS-EMC student. Now, nasagot ba yung statement of the
Nasagot
problem
po
mo?
yung apo.
Okay. Now,
So
eto.
yung statement of the problem is parang answerable pa rin po ng by ano.
Yon, correct. Okay. So, it should be answerable nung animation na ginagawa mo.
Okay
Okay?
po.
The goal that you're trying to do is answerable by your objective. Okay? So, ito kasing mga pinakita mo sa aking title, actually correct naman siya. Okay? Medyo hindi lang or may adjustment lang tayo dito dun sa
Okay.
statement of the problem. Balikan mo yung first one. Eto, ano bang target mo dito? Okay, ano ba yung
Yung
parang
target
ano
ko
mo
po
dito? Ano yung gusto mong i-produce dito?
is yung individuals ano po profession. Kumbaga magme-make po sila ng individual profession. Papakita po yung ano, yung pagse-segregate po ng mga estudyante na ikaw dito ka, ganyan. More on kung saan sila naka-focus sa specialization nila.
Bigyan mo ako ng example.
Halimbawa po, ako si Seth saka si Murphy. So, ako po, main specialization ko po is pagdo-drawing and pag-animate design, ganun. Si Seth po, photography, editing. Tapos si Murphy po, directing saka script writing. So,
Mhm.
kung sa isang subject po, magsasama-sama kami. Tapos, magdo-domain lang po yung isa. Okay naman po, matututo din po silang magkaka-idea. Pero iba pa rin po kung may isang day na magfo-focus lahat by their by their specific specialization. Tapos magi-improve sila doon.
Hmm.
Kumbaga
Kung gano'n
um,
kung gano'n yung
makakaisip sila ng ideas.
kung gano'n yung gusto mong mangyari, eto is hindi siya campaign, story siya. Oo, story siya, short film siya. It's a clip about 3 person with different strengths and weaknesses. Gano'n siya.
Okay. So mostly po lahat nung about animation po talaga. Kasi
Correct.
po inisip ko po kasi baka mamaya isipin po na puro animation kasi nung nag-check po kami lahat ng tatlo po kasi kami gumagawa lagi ng si Seth saka si Jarod. Tapos napaisip ako lahat po animation and nag-isip po ako katulad po nung sinabi niyo po na basta more on ano yung mako-contribute, ano yung matutulong na research about sa EMC. So yung yan po yung mga naisip ko po nun na feeling ko magiging effective po para sa courses ganun po.
If kung halimbawa, output-based research siya, pwede siya, oo. I mean when we say output-based yung parang i-a-apply yung parang research mo in a particular person tapos mag-i-improve yung gano'n. Those are applied based research, 'di ba? Pero
Opo.
ang hinihingi ko sa inyo siyempre ang hinihingi ko sa inyo would be the possible capstone material na yung ipo-propose niyo na next semester. Kaya ngayon pa lang medyo pinupulido ko na, kino-correct ko na yung mga
Okay
dapat
po.
nating i-correct. Now
May
eto,
nakukuha naman po ako.
eto, ang gagawin mo dito is, ah, i-pattern mo lang, 'no? Eto, kung halimbawa iyon, 'wag mo ng palitan yung title mo, okey na sila, 'no? Ang kailangan
Okay
mo
po.
lang ipakita is etong halimbawa, etong statement of the
Problem
problem mo.
statements po.
If, if, yung statement mo kung story siya kung story siya, then yung objective mo is to create a story. Pero ano yung problem? Yung gano'n. So, how different parang ang magiging problem mo
Yung
dito is
problem
hindi
sa
undecided
story po or
students,
yung
okey. Yung parang dispute dun sa story. Oo, halimbawa, ah, how will
so
different
more on
strengths
solvable yung problem po na ipapakita ko dito is solvable na po dun sa introduction pa lang.
yung problem na ipapakita mo rito is, ah, ah, will be answered by the story of your animation. Halimbawa, magiging
Okay po.
problem mo dito 'no, ah, ah,
Na ano ko na po. Na imagine ko
how
na po, na-gets
will
ko.
how will different strengths, paano ba? Ano bang term dapat? What are the different strengths needed to create a strong production? Parang gano'n. So, papasok yung tatlong sinabi mo kanina.
Three different specialization
Oh, yung mga gano'n,
um
'no? Okay, nage-gets mo naman yung ibig ko sabihin, 'no?
opo, nakuha ko naman po. Nag-take
Oo,
notes
'no?
din.
Okay, so ganito yung gagawin mo sa
Gagawin ko.
ganito yung gagawin mo, Lance, ha? So, baguhin mo 'to, isa-submit mo sa'kin kasi yung mga PowerPoint niya, 'no? Baguhin mo 'to. So, since nakapag-present ka naman, nage-gradean ko na 'to. So, baguhin mo 'to and
Baguhin ko na
then
lang.
yung
Send ko na lang.
PowerPoint lang, then you don't need to present again, ha? Babaguhin
Okay
mo
po.
lang yung PowerPoint, then antayin mo yung link dun sa antayin mo yung link na isa-send ko para dun sa uploading nung assignment natin, okey?
Okay, okay lang po ba kung magtanong pa po ako ng konti po po? Medyo
Sige, sige, go ahead.
na-hype po kasi ako. So, dito po sa goal and objective, ito po talaga yung dito po ako tumagal kahit na sobrang konti lang po. Medyo medyo na-gets ko po yung glimpse pero 'pag pinapanood ko po ng pinapanood nalilito po ako ng masyado. Kung ano po yung um, yung meanings nilang dalawa, parang ganun po.
Ah, yung goal tsaka
Nalilito
objective?
po kasi ako, parang parehas lang po sila, pero alam ko pong may
Yung
something na
goal, yung goal tsaka
nagdi-differentiate sa kanila.
objective.
Opo,
Yun ba yun? Okay.
opo.
Yung goal mo is, what would be parang ganito yan, halimbawa, if you are going to create a movie, yung tatlong sinasabi mo 'no, okay.
Opo.
So, ano yung goal mo? Bakit mo crineate yung movie na yun? Okay, to showcase different talents, to showcase different strengths and weaknesses, ah, na meron ng BSEMC. Okay. So yun yung goal mo, to create 'no, to create an animation 'no, which showcases three different talents of BSEMC 'no. Now yung objective mo, what would be, uh, uh, example kasi ng magiging objective mo dito is to, uh, to promote BSEMC 'no, okey. Ah, to see different strengths and weaknesses, yun yung mga gano'n, okey. Ang goal kasi parang general, okey, bakit mo create yung movie mo. Ta's yung objective mo, ano yung mga parang specific, okey, parang
Yung goal
oo,
po, parang more on product na po as piece yung sa huli,
mm,
ganun po. Yung katulad po sa movie.
mm.
Then, um, yung objective process, kung ano po yung nakukuha dun sa process, ganun po.
Oo, pagka pinanood ko anong matututunan ko, 'di ba?
Okay, okay po. Thank you po.
Nage-gets mo?
Hindi ko na po ulit.
Oo,
Opo,
specific objective, ano, ganyan siya. Okey, question pa,
opo.
meron pa?
Yun na po muna. Thank you po.
Okey na tayo, sige, sige. Okey, so tatawag na ako ng kabila para medyo matapos kami, ha? Okey,
Okay po.
thank you
Thank you,
Lance.
sir.
Oo, yung binigay ko sa'yong ano,
Opo,
assignment
babaguhin ko na
gawin
po.
mo 'no?
Opo. Thank you po,
Okey,
sir.
sige, sige. Mag-leave ka na. Okey. Ibig sabihin, 4 na oras lang yung overload na pumasok sa akin ng 1 to 15. Ay, counting na to ah. Gagawin ko niyan. Hindi pwede to.
Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, sige, sige. Show mo na yung ano mo, yung PowerPoint. Let's start.
I'll be using the OBS, sir. So,
Sige lang.
para sa camera po siya mag-feed. Para medyo mabilis po. Pwede na po ba mag-start, sir?
Sige, go ahead.
My title is Invading Constructural Design Through Digital Fabrication. Efforts were made to infuse the modern era of a digital work for a wide variety of corporate endeavors. In the light of this today, generation is extremely bombarded with growing ideas and futuristic plan. Incorporating modernity to every areas, we wouldn't miss technology's touch to major process of life. Digital fabrication technology has donned a new rising technology and has emerged to excite the digital world, timely and relevant to the both of our personal and professional life. Dito po sa bagong, yun nga, yung based dun sa title, Invading a Constructional Design, magkaka-idea na tayo kung ano yung kung saan tayo papunta. So, itong bagong technology na to, which is called digital fabrication technology, has done a new rising technology. Ito po yung mga digital fabrication technology is a system that parang ano po siya, parang tawag dito, parang ano kasi tawag dito, sir? Parang nagsisend siya ng raw input data or geometry para mag-print. So, kung titignan niyo po siya, it's a huge printer. Kung familiar po kayo sa mga 3D printed na bahay, yung mga ganun. Ganun po yung digital fabrication technology. So, in line with this study introduced collaboration with the digital fabrication technology and the future career as an inspiring entertainment, multimedia, and computing graduate, with the hope that the wide scope of this course would possibly be able to touch such endeavor in the future. The development, design, and refinement of such technology could be mastered through time and effort, paving a way to provide better services, product, and gain learning from new light of technology, securing a place for digital art and design. Finally, this topic encourage future exploration and studies of this technology. Let's go with our problem statement. Meron po tayong tatlong problem. Digital fabrication technology is a new rising technology that gives emphasis to the digital designs and more of the side of the technical use. So, ito po yung mga cons. This study could not simply disregard the following negative cons, and the following are, ito nga po yung human touch with the digital fabrication, human capabilities over architecture, skilled fabrication could be a driving force in both design and construction. process. According to Lopez, DC, there has been a wide regeneration for machines since modernity has taken over humans' touch is slowly disregarded by claiming that the work has become more efficient and precise through such machinery. Ito nga po yung human touch with digital fabrication. Parang nadi-disregard po yung mga trabaho ng mga architecture graduate and engineering, since yung nga po yung gawa ng digital fabrication is much more precise and efficient. So hindi human touch yun, parang nadi-disregard po, parang hindi po siya masyadong pinapansin kasi nga po magkakaroon siya ng kapag po parang kapag na-introduce siya sa market, parang mawawalan ng mga trabaho yung mga architecture since mga architecture and engineering graduates, since yun nga po mas efficient and precise yung ganitong machinery. And our second problem is aim for the low-cost digital fabrication approach. As modernity take place, economy is an important factor for such project. Lack of financial support could become hindrance for such innovation to take place. Ito nga po kasi nga po yung mga malalaking printer, sinabi ko kanina, is mahal po yung maintenance nila para makapag-produce ng malalaking printer to build a modern house or modern designs. Mahal po yung maintenance nila. Hindi po kasi ma-approach or hindi siya ganun kadaling ma-produce. So, yun rin po yung isa sa main factors or problems. And then number 3, alignment approach to the digital fabrication. Since a new technology is being introduced, there are different aspects to consider. Having said that, the introductory phase is yet to begin. Alignment of such digital work with engineering and architecture may take time for adjustments. Digital fabrication is an industry in the making. As its value chains are not aligned, technical standards are in development and the market is unclear. Alignment is necessary before models are introduced and be employed. Creating a strategic intelligence is needed to power such alignment. Yun nga po, yung nakita kong problema dito sa number 3 is hindi yung alignment approach, since para sa akin po kasi magkaiba yung design ano ba yung tawag? Student magkaiba po yung architecture sa digital student, magkaiba rin po yung engineering sa digital student. Pero yung digital fabrication is parang pinagko-combine niyo po yung tatlo. Parang ganun po yung nakikita ko dito. So para magamit mo yung ganitong system is you must first know how to parang malaman mo muna yung mga principle ng architecture para makagawa ka ng ganitong product. So hindi lang po siya biglang gagawa lang ng design na bahay and then it's all goods, parang ganun. Ganun po yung nakikita kong problem niya. Kailangan matuto ka muna sa mga basic and principle ng architecture and engineering para makagawa ka ng bahay or anumang product regarding dun sa digital fabrication. And our objective with the development of this project, there are some objectives that would like to be attained, and these are stated below. To come up with an innovative output to help optimize the rising digital fabrication, including digital designs as an established foundation. Ignite the development of the technology of the digital fabrication, serves as an advertisement to the market to help introduce digital fabrication. Actually, sir, nag-overlap po yata ako sa goal. Anyway, yung goal ko po, sir, parang same lang po siya dun sa objective. The goal of this study is to provide better research material for the development and introduction of digital fabrication. Thus pave the way of a lot of opportunities digital world could offer the market, providing hope for today's generation, opening their minds about modern revolutionary in technology, and provide startup ideas to ensure that the innovation is achieved through time. Ito pong dalawang to, itong objective and goal, halos magkaparehas lang po sila, pero yung talagang dito, sir, yung gusto po naming mangyari as a researcher is to give idea or to to educate. Parang kami po yung magbibigay ng idea pero hindi po kami yung magtutuloy since as a student, yung capabilities po namin is hindi naman po namin kayang gumawa ng mga large project as of now. So our objective is to serve as an idea and sa iba po siya matutuloy. Parang ganun po yung gusto naming mangyari dito, sir. The output aims to reach audience of any age, but most especially students who are pursuing such course in line with the digital industry. Ito po yung mga target user namin and open them for opportunities coming along their way and help them figure out which field to pursue in the digital world. This aim to give enlightenment and open the market for the innovation that is fast and rising. Yun lamang po sir yung sa akin sa invading constructional design through digital fabrication.
Okay. Question.
Sige po sir.
Ano yung pinaka-output mo dyan?
Yun nga po sir is to educate and give an idea for the para pong kasi sir sa amin hindi yun nga po yung sinabi ko kanina, hindi po namin kayang gumawa ng actual na 3D printer. So our goal is to educate and inform and help parang para makapunta po siya sa market. Parang ganun po yung gusto namin mayari to advertise. Since yung output ng capstone namin is yung balak ko po sanang gawin is infomercial. So I'm inlining it dun sa dun sa para mas
dapat kung balik mo dun sa balik mo dun sa goal.
Goal sir, okay.
Yan. Dun sa goal mo, ilalagay mo dyan, no? That you are going to develop an infomercial. No? Sabado ka. You are going to create, the goal is to create an infomercial that would
okay, sir.
Educate, ganon. No?
Okay, sir. Noted.
Pero okay naman siya. Siguro ang kailangan mo lang baguhin doon, balik ka doon sa statement of the problem. Sa problem statement.
Ito po sir, second page or first page?
Siguro ang magiging mo dito, statement of the problem statement mo, hindi nila kilala, no? So hindi nila.
Opo.
So
Opo, yan po sir.
Kasi ang nagiging mo dito, parang masyado ka ng maraming diniscuss dito.
Opo.
So medyo i-brief mo lang siya na let's say this particular technology is not yet introduced or not yet spread wide, o kaya people doesn't know this technology yet, yung ganon. So yung goal mo is to create an infomercial para makilala nila yon. Tapos yung magiging objective mo nun is to educate, yung ganon, no? To inform, okay? To get aware, yung mga ganon. Okay? So, yun. So, kailangan mo baguhin to, ha? Babaguhin mo yung PowerPoint presentation.
Okay,
tapos, isasubmit nyo lang naman sa akin. Okay, second title.
Okay. Ito naman po yung second title, Application of Animation-Assisted Learning System for 21st Century Learning.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with introduction. Even before time, learning material makes the learning endurable, efficient, and sustainable. Sustained. Students from different age and race have different study patterns. These are governed with habits and learning style that makes learning bearable for one. Thankfully, living on this modern age, we have conquered technology and gained access to a wide range of possibilities to explore. And we even benefit from it in terms of exploring oneself and getting to know oneself, especially with the areas of learning and studying. Dito po siya papasok, sir, sa animation-assisted learning system is introduced to the world of giving a new avenue of experience for the student in the digital world. This system further enhanced students' learning motivation and engagement in such learning activities. Conventionally, all these materials are product of a teacher and software programmer's collaboration, making the learning engaging all throughout the study lesson, especially with those students who are having hard time concentrating and focusing on studying, according to Taylor and Francis. Uh, yung animation assisted learning system, sir, alam naman natin na ginagamit na siya ngayon. Parang katulad po nung ginagawa niyo, sir, yung nagbibigay kayo ng mga material, mga study material, pinapanood nyo. Ganun din po siya, sir, which is para maging engaging yung pag-aaral. Ngayon po yung nakita namin na problem, or let's continue the introduction. Conducted research show how competent animate learning system is in these modern times. Teachers participating the said trial were delighted and satisfied. They even wanted to put it into their instruction. Today, we have been a computer-based learning environment, making it possible to present and showcase animated pictures, and the fact that adds up to it, and that we could manipulate such field for active and explanatory learning. Animated pictures also allows complex subject matters to be studied dynamically and spontaneously. Yun nga po, sir, yung animated assisted learning system is to be parang mas mag-engage, mas maging engaging and fun yung pag-aaral. Let's go with our problem statement. We have 3 problem statements, sir. The joint forces of multimedia and digital platforms enable a magnificent contribution in the field of education. Learning and knowledge, these have been reasoned accordingly and timely, as we know, continuously seek and desire to give the best experience for learning in this new setup of computer-based learning environment. Ito po yung mga problems. Technical errors concerning slow internet connection service, system compatibility with the device, and the sudden file corruption. These are little things that contributes to the hindrance of the full experience of an animated learning material. Yun nga po, sir, yung hindi natin controlled na pinakaunang error is, or problem is, yung internet connection. Na kapag po kasi, sir, may gusto tayong ipa-watch or mga materials na animated materials, kapag mabagal yung internet, alam naman natin lahat na it's buffering, nagiging hindrance po siya sa full experience ng engagement natin sa online studying. It's na nagko-cause siya ng yung mga minsan nagko-cause po siya ng boredom sa kakahintay, nawawalan sila ng gana mag-online class because of the internet problem. And then number 2, language inefficiency. Language plays a major part in an actual learning environment. This attests that the project's flexibility in terms of suiting into every learner's need of communication. Ito nga po yung isa sa mga major problems kapag meron pong language barrier or language inefficiency. Lalong-lalo na po sa mga animated learning material, kapag po hindi po ganun, kapag hindi siya ganun ka, or hindi natin naiintindihan, hindi rin po tayo nakakapag-engage ng maayos, or hindi tayo nakakapag take part dun sa pinag-aaralan natin. Most of the time we are we are distracted or bored, parang ganun po, kasi nga hindi natin naintindihan. And then number 3, shift from traditional learning system to the animated learning system. Considering the stability and suitability of this innovation, we may want to consider the process of shifting and adjusting for every learners to keep up from the leveling and acquiring sense of acceptance with animation-assisted learning materials that we may produce in the future. Ito naman po yung mga hindi pa sila nakapag-shift from traditional learning to the animated learning system, since yun nga po, hindi rin po nila ganun ka, parang hindi po sila stable, parang ganun. Hindi sila masyadong confident na magle-learn sila dun sa online class, since mas prefer po nila yung face-to-face learning. Kaya po ganun po yung kaya na develop itong system na to is to shift para matulungan po silang makapag-shift sa traditional learning system to the animated learning system. Para kung sa
Let me
tingin...
correct you that, ha? Hindi siya system, no? You're not creating a system. You're
Okay, sir.
creating a short film, an animated film, no, a short film, a clip, an infomercial, a commercial, an advertisement, ganun dapat yung term mo. Hindi system. Kasi
Okay,
ang
sir.
system is a term which would created by an IT students, an IS, a ComSci students. No? So, hindi tayo gumagawa dito ng system. Go
Okay,
ahead.
sir. Sanda ako. Yun nga po, sir, yung para po, sir, makapag-shift sila from traditional learning to the animated learning. Parang ganun po yung problem. And then that's why it was created. And then our goal, the goal of this study is to provide a solid backup of information about animation-assisted learning and to open facet of influences to the developers and encourage them to start innovating on their own, thus creating a huge determiner in the market while offering a study smart process of learning adhered to the 21st learners needs and qualifying with today's social reform of multimedia arts. Yun nga rin po yung sinasabi ko kanina. Yung goal is to provide a solid backup of information. Para po mas maano sila, parang mas maging confident sila na mas magiging engaging and mas marami silang matututunan sa...
Ano yung pinaplano mong animation dito?
Infomercial din po, sir. Actually po, sir, dito rin po ako medyo nahirapan since hindi ko pa po siya masyadong na-update and hindi pa masyadong clear po kasi, sir, iniisip ko rin po yung Gantt chart. Pero itong goal namin po dito...
Pero most probably hindi siya assisted learning kasi hindi ka nag-a-assist. Hindi mo siya ma-assist in learning kasi pagka pinanood nila yung animation mo, stop na sila doon. So, most probably, mag-iiba ka dyan. Hindi siya animation-assisted learning. Kasi kapag sinabi mong animation-assisted learning, ano yan? May mga chapter. Halimbawa, okay, book 1, ito yung ginagawa, learning ABC. Book 2, ito yung ginagawa, learning counting 1 to 10. Book 3, shapes. Book 4, colors. Book 5, ganyan. So, kung ikaw, isang animation lang yun, hindi siya animation-assisted learning.
Okay, sir. Our objective, to develop an animation-assisted learning material that seeks to reach the student of the 21st learning system. And then, to endorse the development of animation-assisted learning to therefore commercialize the output in the market. Ayun nga po, sir, yung objective is to develop an animation and assisted learning material that seeks to reach the students of the 21st learning system and to endorse para malaman po ng karamihan or para malaman din po nila, parang ganun po kasi po hindi po siya masyadong, parang po yung dating po hindi po siya masyadong known in the market. And then our target user is the output of this project aims to reach out learners and the student of the 21st century, giving off the educational substance with the field of technology as a concrete support for animated learning, in hope that this output will be introduced in the market and become fully functional, promoting better views of the system and enhancing learning experience. Dito po, sir, yung target user, syempre, yung po mga students ng 21st century. And then, promoting better views of the system and enhancing learning experience. Parang, mas pinapa-engage po niya yung what we have currently today. Parang ganun po yung gusto kong mangyari. Sir. So, yun lamang po yung sa akin, sir. Alam ko po, sir, marami pong papalitan dito and I'm open with that.
Oo. So, yung mga sinabi kong papalitan mo, like yung problem statement, yung mga sinabi ko, palitan yon.
Apo.
Plus, may missing dito, yung timeline.
Gantt chart, sir. Apo. Nalilito po kasi ako dun, sir, kung ano po yung gagawin na it's either yung po bang thesis na timeline or yung output na timeline yung gagawin, sir.
Yung capstone timeline nyo.
Yun po yung gagawin, sir. Okay.
Di ba may pinost akong video dun sa week 10? Panoorin nyo yun. May timeline.
Opo, sir. Pinanood ko nga po.
Yun. So, yun. Okay, so yung PowerPoint presentation papalitan, isasubmit
Opo.
sa akin, i-wait na lang yung link kung kailan ko i-upload yung link. Tapos, most probably, you have to edit your PowerPoint, then yung edited PowerPoint na yung isasubmit sa akin. You don't need to represent ulit. No, hindi nyo na kailangan i-present ulit yan. Ang kailangan nila gawin is i-upload.
Sir, meron pa po akong isa, di ba? Meron pa po akong isa. Which is, ito po yung sinisave ko talaga for the last.
Last. Go ahead.
Doon po sa mga isi-send, sir, ito, sila pong tatlo yung isi-send and then yun na rin pong updated.
Tatlo pa din.
Ito na po yung last ko, may pinakagustong title. Applying game-based learning to the new education system. The connotation of the word game, when heard by many, implies a hint of negativity. And its context certainly affecting the credibility of the word. Game itself has a many facet, and that includes the vast world of digital games, and that the game that we enjoyed to pass time. Games we grew up playing back our childhood, and games that simply promote fun. Dito naman po kasi, sir, di ba, yung kapag sinabing game, karamihan, puro negative yung nasa isip nila. So, wag na nating sabihin karamihan, yun na lang pong malapit sa atin. Like, yung mga magulang. Mga magulang kapag sinasabing game, laging negative yung nasa utak nila, sir. Like, parang game na naman. Lagi ka na naman game. Game na naman. Na-addict ka na sa mga ganyan. Parang ganun po. Pero po the sole purpose of game is to bring entertainment to the user or player. But using games for an educational purpose is hardly a new innovation. Giving numerous studies support the positive effect of games on learning. A growing number of researchers are committed to developing educational games to promote students of the 21st century skill development in school, according to Kian M. and Clark KR. Yun nga po, we are going to apply game-based learning to education. Yun po yung ito na po yung term, GBL or game-based learning. Simply refers to the use of game or gaming elements into the educational experience. Given a numerous studies of how effective games could be when incorporated to learning experience, a growing numbers of researchers are committed to developing games. Ito pong game na to, itong game-based learning, you are simply putting game mechanics to the education, to your study. Parang ganun po siya. You are incorporating game elements to make your study more engaging and more fun. Katulad lang din po nung kanina, yung animated. Pero ito po talaga yung pinaka-una kong nagawa, and masasabi kong ito yung pinakaunang, pinakapaborito, sir. Pinakapaborito sa lahat ng ginawa ko ngayon, sir. And then, let's continue. Games were used as a strategic learning tool back then, especially the board game. The board game called chess. It was used to teach strategic thinking. Ginamit po siya sa mga parang nung medieval wars, ginamit po siya as a strategic thinking, and it was teach and how to, parang ginamit siya para i-stimulate yung gera po, parang ganun po siya. And in comparison to what we currently have today, it is what we call Microsoft's Flight Simulator. Kung familiar po kayo sa ganitong game. This game is a perfect example of game-based learning. It allows students to virtually experience a full flight course learning. The opening opportunities paved the way to lift the credibility of the game, to even promote it into the incorporating with today's learning styles, giving best flight experience for the 21st learners. Yun nga po, yung sinabi ko kanina, game is basically game-based learning is basically putting game elements into your study. Parang ganun po yung logic niya. And then we have Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is the perfect example. Katulad nga po sir nung nakikita namin sa school yung eroplano na nakapark dun sa likod. Di ba sir, ganun po yung game-based learning if I'm not mistaken. Yung nakikita namin dun sa likod.
Ano yun? Simulation yun.
Opo, simulation. Well, ganun din po yung ganun din po yung logic ng game-based learning. It applies, nag-a-apply po siya dun sa ganung field. And then our problem statements. Ito na po yung mga problema. Game-based learning has opened wide opportunities for today's generation. Given the best benefit, there is a long lineup for problems contemplating both pros and cons effect of the game-based learning. Number 1, high-cost funding for game-based learning production. This problem addresses the financial status of the game producers and the market. The quality of the game-based learning should maintain a standard, and that is the high cost of cost. Innovation is limited for the unsupported cost funding. There is an increasing demand for greater interactivity to be built into learning material. Yung pong isa sa mga problems na nakita namin is high cost. Puro mahal po yung mga gamit, especially if you're going to create a game which is more engaging. And then, siyempre po yung mga gagamitin na tools like yung mga controllers, yung mga stimulation controller, mga ganun po. Mahal po yung mga ganun gamit. So, that's why nilagay po namin high cost funding for game-based learning production. And then number 2, an awareness of people for game-based learning. Many are quite unfamiliar with the game-based learning, and it's a problem that we face as a creator. The low commercialization and exclusiveness of it hinders the path for the market to get introduced to. Ito nga po yung sinasabi ko kanina dun sa introduction is because yung karamihan hindi nga po nila alam yung game-based learning. Akala nila when we are doing it, they see us as a gamer. Parang hindi po nila nakikita na that we are learning from that game-based learning. And then syempre po yun nga po, mababa yung konti yung nakakaalam sa mga ganitong game-based learning. And then lastly, behavioral impacts of the game-based learning to the 21st learners. This address that needs for a proper supervision and implementation of restriction to govern the process of learning without risking mental health and behavioral disturbances caused by irresponsible gaming and excessive play, especially if it's going to be introduced as a facet for learning. Ito naman po yung kapag po ito naman po yung nag-iiba yung mental and behavioral health and behavioral action. Parang ganun pa yung kapag po nagsawa na siya dun sa isang game na yun, hindi na po siya nagle-learn, but he's just gaming. Parang ganun po yung nakikita namin. Halimbawa, pag ako po nag-flight simulator ako, kapag po nag-iba na yung nagka-impact na sa akin yung behavioral changes, parang ganun, yung para sa akin, hindi na ako nag-game, hindi na ako naglo-learn, but I'm just gaming, which is magkaiba naman po yun sa game-based learning. And then the goal of this project is to provide and open much more possibilities for game-based learning and be incorporated for today's new way of learning for the new setup of online classes, providing a much more engaging team of knowledge to help raise up their total learning competitiveness supporting 21st century students with their new setup of studying. Ito naman po yung sinasabi ko dito. Hindi po siya, pwede naman po siyang hindi actual game. Like yung magbibuild ka ng software for, kasi po yung sinabi ko po dun sa una, yung game has it's a digital game and the game itself, yung game po na ginagawa natin nung childhood. Since it's also a game, pwede po nating i-apply yung ganung element sa online sa learning. So it can be more engaging. Halimbawa po yung kung napanood niyo na po yung green light and red light ng Squid Game sa Netflix, pwede po yung ganun. It's also called game-based learning. Yun lang po yung gusto kong i-clarify. And then our objective in developing this project, there are some objective that would like to be settled and eventually achieved. It is what it is with hope that this list would be of a great help for the project to be accomplished. To come up with the interesting game-based learning material that entertains, provide interactive learning, and support low-cost production that helps students to make the best out of their studies. Number two, to come up with the competent output that could advertise the game-based learning system. And then our target users, generally the goal is to provide an interactive learning experience centralized to the students of the 21st century. And in line with that, game-based learning is not an age restricted and is open for everyone who is willing to experience learning in a fun, creative, and interactive way. This is done to help and mitigate the effects of low concentration and focus for studies while keeping up with the modern technology. Ito ba yung mga target user namin? Mostly yung mga ka-age namin, centralized to the students of the 21st century. This is done to help and mitigate the effects of low concentration para po matulungan din po yung mga nawawalan ng focus sa kanilang mga study while keeping up with the modern technology. And that's all for me, sir. That's applying game-based learning to the
Question ko dito
education.
is, ano to, infomercial?
Opo, sir. Infomercial din po.
So kung infomercial siya, balik mo dun sa ano, sa problem statement.
Goal. Problem. Okay, sir.
Papalitan mo yung problem statement mo, ha?
Okay, sir.
Kagaya yan, high cost funding for game-based learning production. Sinabi mo kanina, mahal kasi yung mga gamit. Pag ba napanood
Opo.
nila yung infomercial mo, ano mangyayari dun sa high cost funding na yon?
Ma-discourage sila, sir, kasi mahal nga po yung mga gamit.
I mean, nasasagot ba nung infomercial mo yung high cost funding na yon na mai-eliminate niya? Kasi kung hindi mo siya dapat ilalagay diyan.
Okay, sir.
Kasi naglalagay ka dyan high cost funding for game-based learning production. Kung yung infomercial mo is an alternative, no? Kung yung gagawin mo yun is alternative, no? Para matuto sila all throughout, ilagay mo to. Pero kung isang ganun lang din siya, infomercial lang, may educate lang sila. Pero after that, hindi na. Okay? Hindi kasama to. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So, babaguhin natin yung problem statement natin. I-review natin yung problem statement natin. Goal. Patingin ako ng goal. Yung goal natin, kailangan sabihin pa rin natin na infomercial yung
Okay, sir.
yung ilalagay natin, no? Tapos medyo babaguhin lang natin ng konti yung game-based learning natin. Again, kapag gumamit ka ng salitang learning, di ba? Sinabi ko kanina, it should be what? It should be continuous, no? Pero since hindi siya continuous, no? Maybe you look at the other term that would be applicable dun sa ginagawa mong infomercial. So parang game-based campaign ba, game-based advertisement, no, yung mga ganun. Okay, pero all in all, okay siya. So magaganda yung mga topic na present mo, they are complex, no?
Yes, sir.
Nga lang dahil sa complex topic siya, medyo hindi lang minsan nagbabangga yung objective natin tsaka yung goal natin dun sa problem statement natin. Okay? So parang nag-focus tayo dun sa mga devices, ganun yung nangyari dyan. Pero dapat ang focus natin is yung problem statement natin is masasagot nung output na infomercial natin. Okay? So ano yung mga yun? Basically, mga information, mga lack of information, mga ganun, yung magiging laman ng ano natin. Pero not necessarily i-eliminate natin yung mga hardware, like yung mga sinabi mong mahal, no?
Opo, sir.
Not necessarily. Hindi sila mawawala. Kasi pagka sinabi mong nakasama siya doon, pagka napanood ko yung Game-based learning na yan. Okay? Hindi ko na kailangan bumili neto. Ibig sabihin, okay na ako. Okay? Hindi naman siya ganon. So, iibahin mo yung ano, yung uh, problem statement mo. Okay? So,
Okay, sir.
you have to edit the PowerPoint and then submit that later on. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so yun, no? So, congratulations. Maganda yung presentation.
Okay, sir. Actually, sir, nung ginagawa po namin to, nung ginagawa ko po tong, hindi po ako masyadong nakatingin dun sa output namin, which is, yun din po yung pagkakamali. Pero po yung tinignan ko po talaga dito is naging, ano po ako, naging typical kung ano yung mga possible na problems. Yun po yung, dun po ako nag-focus. Kaya ko sila po nilagay dyan.
Kaya
Pero,
kailangan yan, medyo magkakaano sila,
Opo.
magkabangga sila sa gitna. Hindi pwedeng
Opo.
naisip mo itong problem na to kasi mahal sila, lalagay mo.
Opo. Kaya nga, i-inline ko po siya dun sa output mismo.
You need to inline it with your goal and objective. Okay? So,
Okay, sir.
sige.
Thank you po.
Okay na. Next na ako.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Good day, sir.
Okay. Start.
Na, sir, na ano niyo po yung ano? PowerPoint ko po.
Oo,
Ang
sige.
send
Go
ko po sa
ahead.
inyo.
Mag-start ka na.
Okay. Yung first pong research na kinonduct ko po, ginawa ko po is yung benefits of visual aids in enhancing the learning process of college students in System Foundation. So, yung dun sa introduction po, education is very essential and it is the foundation of teaching and learning. So, teachers come up with any kinds of approaches to teach their students and engage their active learning. So, habang tumatagal po yung panahon, may mga lumilitaw po na different methods and techniques na pwede pong gamitin as visual aids. And it is effective for the learning process of students. Pag sinabi po kasi natin visual tools, hindi lang po basta videos or pictures po yung pwedeng gamitin. Meron din pong slides, mga charts, mga graphics, or models po, etc. Pwede pong makatulong to for para maging clear and easier po yung lesson. Lalo na para maintindihan po ng mga estudyante. So, these are some of the technologies and devices used in class to inspire the students for them to be more attentive para maging interested sila sa lesson. Next is for the problem statement po. Yung visual aids, very familiar po siya, lalo na pag sa teaching po. They have a very essential part during discussions. It may come up with possibility to learn visually, especially nowadays po na new normal po tayo, nasa new normal situation po tayo. So during teaching with videos and pictures, yung mga estudyante po pwedeng i-identify, pwede nilang gamitin yung common sense nila, yung kung paano nila i-interpret yung nakikita po nila sa monitor. So they can compare it with their idea and adapting it and begin to learn about it. So therefore, it is ethical to keep the students active in teaching and learning process. But ito na nga po, yung ibang mga students, or rather, ibang mga teachers, they don't choose enough visual aids as their material for teaching. So yung iba, baka po gumagamit, uso pa po sa kanila yung mga textbooks, mga ganyan po. Next is goal. So to have the aim of this research is to have a survey of the use of benefits in visual aids to the learning process of college students in Systems Plus College Foundation. And this research have three objectives. First is to point out the use of visual aids at school. Second is to know the interest of students in visual aids. And third is to investigate how the student active in class discussion after the use of visual aids. In the target users, the research needs to be, or the target user needs to be a college student with the field of computing and information sciences. Next po, sir, wala po kasi akong tawag doon, yung Gantt chart. Hindi ko po alam paano po siya gawin.
Ano yung pinakagagawin mong output dito?
Ano po, sir?
Ano yung pinakagagawin mong output dito?
Kung ano po yung mas magagamit po nila na, ginagamit po nila visual aid, sir.
Bigyan mo ako ng example para ma-visualize ko.
Kung ano po, sir, kung saan po sila mas applicable po, or saan po
Hindi
sila mas refer.
Applicable. Kailangan bibigyan mo ako ng example. Kasi ito, naka-general ka eh. Naka-general tong topic mo eh. Ano ba to? What particular visual aids? Visual aids ba ng alin? Diba? So, kailangan yung pinopropose mong title is specific. Hindi pwedeng general. Kasi pag sinabi natin visual aids ng alin, simula grade 0, simula kinder, hanggang college, hanggang masters, hanggang doctorate, yun ba yun? Nagigets mo yung ibig ko sabihin?
Opo, sir.
Oh, di ba? So, you have to be specific. Nakalagay naman dito, college students with the field of computing and information science. So, ibig sabihin, college students. Pero ano? Ano doon? Anong subject? Right? So, is it minor, major?
Mga minor lang po, sir.
In CCIS, yung mga ganon. Now, given the fact na minor yung sabi mo, ano yung pinaka-output mo dito? Ano yung pinaka-output mo dito? Ano yung i-develop mo?
Effective use of visual aids, ganun.
I-develop means ikaw yung gagawa. Ano yung pinanood mo ba yung video na pinost ko?
Pahapyaw lang po, sir. Nag-check lang po ako. Nire-ready ko pa po yung laptop po, sir.
You have to watch it, no? Kasi doon sa video na yon, hindi ko yun pinost para i-post lang. No? Pinost ko yun para makakuha kayo the way are you going to present and format your document. No? Kasi good example yung pinakita niya doon. Okay? Hindi pwedeng pagka-plinay niyo yun, pahapyaw lang. Hindi niyo naman makukuha yung flow ng research doon eh. Hindi niyo naman makukuha yung flow ng presentation doon eh. No? Pagka ganun. So you have to change this. No? Iibahin mo to. Now, ano ba yung tinatanong ko na output mo? Ano ba yung output mo dito? Commercial ba? Infomercial ba? Campaign ba? Short film ba? Short movie ba? Ano? Kaya tinatanong kita, ano yung output mo dito? Kasi hindi
Okay po.
nakalagay dito sa goal mo. Ang goal mo lahat siya general. Okay? So, masyado siyang malaki. Masyado siyang malawak. Okay? So, hindi to pwede. You have to edit this. You have to change this. Okay? Plus, meron ka mga sinasabi dito na walang supporting documents, walang supporting research. Okay? May sinabi ka dito, no? Halimbawa, it is ethical to keep students active in teaching and learning process, but other teachers don't use enough visual aids as their material for teaching. From where? Kanino mo nalaman to? Kanino mo
Dapat po
nalaman yan?
ilalagay ko po po ba yung according, mga ganun po.
Yes. Oo. Saan mo nakita yon? Oo, no? Saan mo nakita? According to.
Okay
Ganyan.
po.
According to study of ganito. Ay, ilalagay mo yon. Okay? Hindi pwedeng sa'yo lang nang galing na nahihirapan yung teacher mo. Okay? Sa paggawa ng visual aids. Okay? So, sige, proceed tayo sa next topic mo.
Strengthen the acquiring of new understanding of students with special condition using animation. In introduction,
Ito, dapat to, merong supporting to. Kasi, meron ako nakitang special
wala po,
condition. No?
wala na naman po ano. Ayun po, technology is rapidly increasing and it is also brings high technology in community as well as in education. It also has a big impact for gaining knowledge and important information that a student need. In other words, with the use of any kinds of animation in education of a student or a person with special needs, there will be a chance of increasing achievements in terms of academic. So, as years pass by, emerging of technologies are continuously growing and it causing a visuality to become more prominent over over the time. So it is enable for students to gain learnings, developing technology for instructional plans, just like animation, graphics, sounds, and also text. They will help increase the advantage of computers to be used by students with special needs. In the problem statement, because of the growing phase of the technology and the great use of it in the special education, the help of animation in students with special need has become the important problem of the statement. Kumbaga sir, parang pinoproblema po nila kung paano maiintindihan ng estudyante na may special needs po yung ipapakita po nilang animation.
Ano, ulit mo?
Yung ano po, doon sa problem statement, kung paano po, problema po, problem is kung paano may intindihan po ng students yung animation po na ipapakita ng teacher.
Masasagot ba yon ang gagawin mo? Sa tingin mo?
Hindi, sir?
Pagka ba pinanood, ano bang plano mo ditong gawin if in case? Anong gagawin mo dito? Commercial, ano? Movie,
Ano po, sir?
short?
Movie. Movie po.
Ano yung content?
Yung mismong, ano, sir, special needs po nung bata na nag-aaral po, ganun. Tapos parang
Kagaya ng...
nahihirapan pong turuan dahil po
So
hindi
para
po siya,
kanino yun? So para kanino yung movie na yun?
ano lang po, kasi last time meron po akong napanood, may special needs po siya, ganun.
Okay, question. Sinong manonood ng movie na yun?
those people na mayroon pong relative na ano, mga may relative pong merong or diagnose po siya ng special needs, mga ganun.
Pero ang ipapakita mo doon, paano turuan yung mga may special need, tama?
Opo.
Oh, ba't sila yung manonood? Sila ba yung magtuturo?
I mean po yung relative po nung mga relatives po ng may special need, ganun.
Relative, you mean?
Opo, relative po.
Kamag-anak. Relative kasi yon. Oh, relative kasi yung ano ko.
Mali pala. Mali po yung pagkakabigkas. Sorry po.
Oo. Relative. Okay. So,
Mga
ibig
relative
sabihin
po.
kamag-anak. So, ibig sabihin na, sino manonood doon? Yung bata o yung kamag-anak?
Mga kamag-anak po, para maturuan po nila yung, para alam, or malaman po nila kung paano po, ano,
Turuan.
opo,
Yung may special need. Oh. Kung
opo.
ganun yung target mo, dapat i-specify mo din dito. Anong klase? Anong klase ng special need? Lahat yan, madami. Bulag, pipi, bingi, may ADHD, ano, may uh, marami kasing types of special need na children. Tapos sasabihin mo diyan kung ilang taon. So i-indicate mo rin diyan kung ano. Tapos i-indicate mo
Parang
din ano yung ito.
masyado pong ano, dapat kailangan po talaga specify po, ganun.
Correct. Dapat specific. Oh, lagi 'yon, lagi 'yon. Kapag ka nagpo-propose kayo ng title, dapat specific.
Okay
Kasi
po.
you will left the panelists hanging. Mag-iisip sila, ano ba yung sinasuggest nito? Bakit ang laki-laki? Ano, sasakupin niyo ba lahat ng ano? Pagka binasa nila, sasabihin nila, sasakupin niyo ba lahat ng special type ng merong needs? So, ibig sabihin, lahat, bulag, pipi, bingi. Okay? May Down syndrome. Mga ganun. So, lahat na. Diba? So, hindi mo na makakayanin siguro ng 1 year yun. Kaya dapat naka-specify. Okay?
Okay
So,
po.
babaguhin mo rin ito.
Okay
Okay,
po.
babaguhin mo rin yan. Pero hindi nyo naman na kailangan i-represent yan. Yung ipapasa nyo sa akin PowerPoint presentation, bago siya. No? Sabihin nyo edited. Okay, next. Tapos
Next
kailangan
research na po.
nakalagay na yung ano ha, nakalagay na dito yung timeline.
Okay po. Next is the use of 3D animation as an effective learning tool. So, educators talk of technology, digital revolution, and 3D animation, both in educational institutions and industries. So, the impact learning can be evaluated in terms of students' performance. Active learning process needs an effective communication between the teachers and the learners. And learners' feedbacks or comments are very essential to analyze understanding levels. And this kind of feedback and evaluation is helpful for effective communications in the educational setup. In the problem statement, many of the multimedia tools and materials are available for the tertiary level school students and school course subjects just like mathematics, science, English, and physical education. Yet, educators need good 3D animation learning tool to attract adult learners to enhance their higher education and their skill for training. One of the main reasons of the difficulties in developing 3D animation materials is their software and technical requirement. So the aim of this study is to know the importance of 3D animation in learning environment of the college student in Computing and Information Sciences Department. This research has two objectives. One is to enhance the students' performances in their learning experience. Second is to know what are the good material for 3D animation. And the target user of this research are the college student also of Systems Plus College Foundation in Computing and Information Sciences Department.
Okay. Problem statement mo mali. No? Kasi nakalagay dito, difficulties in developing 3D material like software and technical requirement. Anong ibig mo sabihin dito? Sige, baka ako yung mali. Ano yung ibig mo sabihin?
Parang ako mismo yung magde-develop ng ano, sir, 3D
Oh,
material nila.
ikaw ang magde-develop. Di ba? Tama, di
Opo.
ba? Oh, kaya mo bang gawin yon?
Hindi, sir.
Sasabi ko sa iyo eh. Oh, di ba? So mali ito. Di ba? Ang nilagay mo dito, difficulties in developing 3D materials. Eh kung nahihirapan sila, ikaw na yung ginagawa mong animation, siya yung sasagot diyan. I mean, pagka pinanood ko yung animation na 'yan, 'di ba? Makakapag-develop na ako ng 3D material.
Okay
Tapos
po.
may nilagay ka pang technical requirement. Ano ibig mo sabihin sa technical requirement diyan?
Mm.
Eh, so baguhin mo rin 'yan.
Okay po.
Tapos ganun din, masyado rin siyang general, no?
Broad
Masyado rin
lahat po yung tatlo, sir.
oh, specific dapat.
Okay
Okay?
po.
So, ganun yung gawin mo. Wait for the link na lang later on. Siguro hindi ngayon. Kailangan matapos mo na lahat ng classmates nyo. Wait for the link para sa upload. Pero i-edit nyo na to. Okay?
Ano pong link, sir, para saan po?
Link yun para sa submission nyo niyan.
Okay po.
No?
Pero pwede na po ba baguhin ngayon? Or
Baguhin niya. Pagka-end natin, baguhin nyo na.
okay po.
Okay? So,
Sige
question.
po.
Bago ako
Wala
mag-move on.
naman po, sir.
Wala na? Okay na tayo. Sige, sige.
Thank
Next
you
na.
po.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Start na tayo. Asan yung camera mo?
Ah,
Asan yung camera mo? Ba't
ay,
naka-camera off ka?
ito po, sir.
Tapos, i-share mo na yung PowerPoint mo. Tapos, start na tayo.
Ito po yung first topic ko, sir, yung using animation towards learning. So, introduction ko po is, nowadays, a variety of software can create a very effective educational animations. PowerPoint is a perfect example for this, as it provides an easy to use animation tools that any educator can use in their classrooms. Animations that are well designed can help learners learn more quickly and easily. So, eto po, sir, yung animation po, pwede po siyang magamit sa pag-aaral po or sa pagtuturo ng mga teachers. Yun po yung pinopromote ko dito sa research ko po, sir. So, next one is animation refers to computerized simulation of processes using images to form a synthetic motions picture. William and Abraham claim that animation enhances students' knowledge in two ways. It helps in the development of mental representations of concepts, events, and activities, as well as the replacements of challenging cognitive processes. So, dito po sinasabi po nila na effective talaga yung paggamit ng animation sa pag-aaral po ng mga students, since madali po nila maka-catch up yung mga information sa isang subject po, sir. So, next one is problem statement. Through animation, students may learn from real-life events that they can encounter in their daily lives. Animation makes learning more enjoyable and encourages students to seek out more information. But how can we be sure that animation will capture students' attention? So, animators must grab the viewer's attention in a split seconds for their work to be more effective in terms of education. So, dito po, sir, yung problem ko po dito, so yung inano ko pong problem statement ko dito is, if may animation nga pero hindi po nakaka-capture yung attention ng mga student, so yung animators po, dapat po i-make sure nila na effective po yung animation na ginagawa nila for learning. So yung the goal of this research is to tell educators that animation is an effective and positive influence on students. So ayun po yung goal ko po, sir. And yung objective, the researcher will accomplish this aim by meeting the following objective. So yung objective ko po is to produce an eye-catching animation demonstrating educators how easily to create to create an engaging visual aid that they can use for teaching. So yung sa animation ko po is na gumawa ako ng animation na magpapakita po sa mga educators na okay po yung animation sa pagtuturo sa mga students. Yung target users ko po dito is ano, iba po yung nakopy ko dito. Pero yung target users ko po dito is yung mga educators po from elementary to college po. So, ito po yung Gantt chart ko, sir. Same lang po yung ano. Ayan po, sir. Sa September yung preparation for proposal. Tapos presentation po yung October. Then storyboarding na po sa November and December. Di pa ako sure sa ano po, sir.
Dapat ang start niyan, January.
January po yun, sir.
Dapat January kasi January ang title proposal niya. Well, anyway, ang question ko dito sa first topic mo,
Yes, sir.
ano yung magiging laman ng animation mo?
Yung kung paano po yung effective yung animation sa pag-aaral ng mga student. Yung kung paano po nila magagamit yung animation.
So ano yon, parang ipapakita mo doon na dapat animation yung ginagamit nila tapos matututo yung estudyante, gano'n? Ganun ba?
Sa ibang part po like pag storytelling, ganun po.
Hmm. So halimbawa, instant na book, parang
Yes,
ipapakita nila
sir.
through animation. Okay. Pero
Instead of reading,
ipapakita mo
sir.
yon through animation pa din, di ba? Tama?
Yes, sir. Through animation po.
So okay naman siya. Kaso ang magiging ano mo diyan is ano yung reference mo? Ano yung study? So kailangan dun sa mga papakita mong ano diyan, balikan mo yung ano, objective.
Ito po,
Yung
sir.
go objective. Okay. Siguro pwede mong
Ay,
ilagay sa introduction, idagdag mo, no? Na
ito po pala yun. Ito po yung
ah,
objective.
yung
Ano pa yun, sir?
siguro sa introduction, idagdag mo na dapat merong pag-aaral na
Effective.
mas na-absorb ng isang estudyante yung motion graphics, yung mga
Yes, sir.
animation. Oo. Tapos, syempre, ang target user mo dyan is yung mga teachers.
Yes, sir.
So, i-ano mo rin, i-specify mo sino-sino mga teachers to.
Yes, sir.
Ano ba to? Mga elementary,
Yung
nursery,
target users ko po, sir, yung teachers from elementary to college po. Mali po yung nalagay
pati
ko.
college, isasabi mo.
Opo, sir.
Hmm. Kaso, sa bagay, ikaw na magde-decide nun. I-decide mo. Magbibigay ka ng example. Like for example, storytelling, sinabi mo. Storytelling. Aside from that, ano pa?
Um, Siguro po yun kung sa isang subject po may isang topic, mas mapapadali po yung pagdidiscuss ng teacher through animation. Like, paano po gumagana yung ganito or ganyan po, sir.
Kaso ang problema mo dyan, syempre, hindi naman lahat ng teacher marunong
Opo, sir. Kaya po, sa introduction ko po, sir, ito po yung best example is PowerPoint since pwede po natin magamit yung PowerPoint sa paggawa ng basic animation po, sir.
So, dapat lilitaw dun sa animation mo niyan na using PowerPoint, ganyan.
Yes, sir.
So, good point naman yung first topic mo. Yung Gantt chart mo lang yung medyo may ano
Yes,
kasi.
sir.
Pero, babaguhin mo yan ha. Babaguhin
Okay
mo
po,
yan.
sir.
Mga comments ko, babaguhin nyo yan lahat.
Yes,
So,
sir.
lahat ng in-input ko kanina, lahat ng sinabi ko, idadagdag mo yun.
Okay po, sir.
Okay? So, yun. Lalo na yung supporting studies. No? Yung supporting
Okay po, sir.
studies na that would prove na yung motion graphics is more absorbent rather than sige, topic number 2.
So, yung topic number 2 ko po is effectiveness of using animation in advertising products. So, introduction ko is, nowadays, most companies are using animation in their advertising because it can match the quality of your brand and convey that you want your audience to understand about your products or service. Animation in advertising is a long history as cartoons and animated figures appeared on television during the 1930s for several TV commercials, exhibiting afterwards a significant growth potential in other than the TV means, including movies, games, broadcasting, and the internet. Simon, 2006. So, yung animation is nagamit na po siya noong animation sa advertising is nagamit na po siya noong 1930s, doon po nag-start. So, sa proposal ko po is, bakit hindi po mas palaganapin pa yung paggamit ng animation through advertising po. So, an animated video is an ideal tool for experimenting with various styles and effects. It does not hinder your creativity in delivering your brand, its products, and its concepts. That is why many businesses incorporate animated advertisement in their advertising. So, um, mostly po mga ginagamit mo po talaga yung animation sa advertisement. So, Yun po yung mas popromote ko po, sir, para mas makilala din po yung ng mga tao yung animation. Problem statement ko po is, the problem is that you only have a few seconds to give the information to your ad, which usually lasts about 10 to 15 seconds. Animators must capture the viewer's attention and fit every piece of information into a limited amount of time, especially if the advertisement is animated. So yun po ay kung kailangan po sa loob ng 15 seconds or 10 seconds is lahat ng information nandun na po, lahat ng information ng products po, sir. Yun po yung kailangan tutukan ng animator sa paggawa ng advertisement. Then the goal of this research is to create an effective advertisement to convey companies to use animation to advertise their products, to inform them that animation has a great impact on promoting products. Ayun po, sir. And then objective ko po, sir, is animators must plan everything, plan the script, concept, and storyboard. Promote the animated advertisement since yung mga advertisement po ngayon, lalo na sa YouTube, ini-skip lang po. Kaya kailangan mas ma-focus sa pagpo-promote ng po, sir, ng advertisement po. Then target users are the animators and companies. Same
Okay?
lang po yung Gantt chart ko sa isa, sir.
Okay lang. Oo. Halos pare-parehas naman ang magiging channel. Ano magiging content ng animation mo dito?
Yung po, sir, sa paggawa ng animation, ay paggawa ng advertisement so through animation, sir. Like kung paano ka-effective yung animation sa paggawa ng advertisement or sa pag-promote ng product.
So may ano 'yan, may kalakip na research and study 'yan na ito si company A dahil
Yes,
animation
sir.
lang dapat may ganun 'yan. No? Okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
sige.
Next na
Next,
po, sir.
last topic.
Eto po, sir, like, for the artist, finding inspiration for digital art. Introduction. Inspiration is important to every digital artist because inspiration is the root of every work of art. Being inspired is a great feeling, especially for an artist, but inspiration is definitely not based on artist's daily experience alone. Digital art is result of constantly evolving technology over the years. Digital art has become a common topic in conversation about the modern world. While there have been occasional pushback from art traditionalists, digital art depicts the progressive creations ranging from 3D model animation to paintings. So, dito po, sir, um, usually po kasi yung mga artist nahihirapan po maghanap ng inspiration sa digital art nila. So nahihirapan po, based po sa experience ko, sir, mahirap maghanap ng inspiration bago maggawa ng digital art. So ayun po, sir. Yung problem statement ko po is, when creating digital art, it is difficult to draw inspiration from other artists without copying all of their work. However, there are ways to get inspired by artists whose work you love without restoring to direct copying or even strong influence. So according to Robbie B, periods of low artistic inspirations are common to all artists, but these phases can annoy us artists. However, there are ways to get inspired by artists whose whose work you love without restoring to direct copying or even strong influence. I know naulit po, sir. So there are many ways in finding inspiration to artwork without copying the entire work. One thing is to try doing the digital art in different art styles, limit the other use of palette, and try different perspective. So, ayun po yung problem statement ko dito is, kapag naghahanap po ng inspiration yung um, artist or digital artist, di po talaga may iwasan na parang katulad po sa isang artwork or katulad po sa isang concept ng ng isang digital artist. So, yun po sir yung paano tayo ma-inspired sa ibang artist without copying their whole entire artwork. So, goal is to the purpose of this research is to help artists understand the importance of finding inspiration before creating digital art, and also to let artists know that inspirations give motivations. This research is to inform artists that inspiration is not only only from looking at a picture, but also comes from collected ideas and details from other arts. Ayun po sir. So objective is provide an effective guideline to artists on how they can find inspiration. So target users ko po sir is yung digital artists and the multimedia students that are having trouble in finding inspiration to start creating digital artworks.
So eto, ang magiging itsura naman nito parang documentary.
Yes, sir.
Parang ganon. Kasi ano to eh, parang parang binibigyan mo ng tip on how are you going to
Yes, sir.
find inspiration yung mga artist na nawawalan ng inspiration. At the same time, kasama dito sa research mo yung yung magi-interview ka ng mga artists, yung mga talagang artist na
Opo, sir.
what would be their advice. Actually, okay yung documentation mo, no? Konti lang yung kailangan mo i-revise kasi
Yes, sir.
nakuha mo naman yung purpose nung research mo. At the same time, all of your objective is possibly all of your problem statement is possibly answerable by your objective and goal. So okay naman siya. Yung
Yes,
mga
sir.
binanggit ko lang na i-edit mo, yun na lang yung i-edit mo.
Yes,
Plus
sir.
yung chart. Pero okay na siya. All in all, your presentation is good. So okay siya. Uh, just wait for the link later na hindi ngayon pala. Just wait for the link for me to upload.
Okay po,
Uh,
sir.
Hintayin mo lang lahat matapos yung mga classmates mo. And then yung edited niyan yung isasubmit mo sa akin.
Okay
Okay?
po, sir.
Okay, sige. Okay, congrats.
Thank you po, sir. Good day po.
Hello po, sir.
Go ahead, what's your camera? And present your presentation.
Okay po.
Tapos start na tayo.
Open ko lang po. Akala ko po, sir, di nakaabutan today.
Hindi, kasama pa. Hanggang to, no? Siguro mga last two.
Okay.
Kaya, ano, kay Aubrey.
Sige po. Open cam po na, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, start.
Okay. So my first topic is the influence of animation to society. Its influence to society and the standard set by it. Animation is not the art of drawings that move, but the art of movements that are drawn. So this means that animation is a way of life. So therefore, those who watch animations are unconsciously being influenced by it. Animation has grown to where it is seen on websites for business or entertainment, movies and television series, advertisements, and much more. It is now one of the most used ways of expressing an idea to the public. Animations has changed over the years and has given a variety of unique experiences to its audience through animation production, history, and culture, and economic contributions. Although Disney has been a leading animation studio even before the 21st century, the first animations were from the early 1900s. The influence of animation in today's society cannot be denied, for they have molded the mindsets of the youth. I can say this for certain because the children of the year 2000s, even the 1990s and 1980s, because there are animations at that time, the children are the ones who are most exposed to animations, to cartoons, to anime. So there is a for sure influence in ways we may not notice. My problem statements are: what are the effects of animation to society? Are they positive or are they negative? What values do animations instill to the youth? Do people who watch more animation films behave differently from those who don't? And does Disney, being one of the leading animation studios in the world, does it play a role in influencing society? So, the goal of my research is to determine whether or not animation has greatly influenced society and whether the effect has been positive or not. Objective. It is to uh, find out about the impact of animation to decision making skills, especially to the youth who are most exposed to animations. Find out if there are any beauty standards set by animation, because art, as we know it, shows shows the perfect side to people or to other entities. Find and to find out behavioral patterns set by animation. I can say that there are behavioral patterns set by animation because, in regards to anime, Japan is the leading in anime, and their culture can be seen in their animations. So those who watch anime adapt some of their culture while watching. My target users are students aged 8 to 24, specifically because they're the ones who watch animations more often compared to working adults. And With the ages 8 to 24, it is still very early in their life, and we will be able to see if there is any difference to those who watch animations and to those who don't. Uh, my project timeline is this. For January, brainstorming and storyboarding will be done at the same time, because while brainstorming, uh, the animation can be started as well. So while figuring out the story, it is automatic for there to be a storyboard to show the proper sequence of the animation. Making the animatic will take longer, so it will be for February and March. And doing the proper animation will be from March to June, 4 months, because it takes the most time to do. Yeah. Making the soundtracks and audio dubbing will be done on June as well, at while doing the finishing touches to the animation, because most of the animation will be done, so it will be easy to make the soundtracks. July will be empty because of the semestral break. August will be the time you review the animation and do target audience feedback to find out if there has to be changes or no. Then, according to the feedback, during September to October will be the time to make the changes, and November and December to finalize the animation. Ayan po yung sa first topic.
Okay, question.
Yes po.
Can you give me an idea kung ano yung makikita ko sa animation mo?
Ah, more on ano po, sir, kasi ang idea ko po is sa Disney. Dahil yung Disney, yan po yung leading studios today, and maraming ideas yan na i-instill sa mga bata. So, I will show sa animation po ano, more on, tawag dito, more on attitudes ng children na ng mga nanonood. Yung mga nasa city and yung mga nasa provinces, kasi magkaiba po yung mga influence sa kanila.
Balik ka dun sa ano mo.
Saan po?
Statement of the problem
Okay.
statement mo.
Ito po.
What are the positive effects of the animation? So ipapakita mo yon. What are the negative
Yes.
effects? The values do animation still. So itong mga to are answerable by your animation. Tama?
Yes. Apo.
Okay? Kaso ang magiging ano mo lang dito is, where is the data coming from? Saan manggagaling yung study mo? Yung ilalagay mo dun sa animation mo. What I'm trying to say is, ano yung basis mo ng study? Ng, na halimbawa, etong mga bata na to, dahil sa probinsya sila, ito yung effect ng animation sa kanila. Ito dahil taga-city sila, ito yung effect ng animation sa kanila. Saan manggagaling yung data mo? Yun yung magiging ano mo dyan. Yan yung magiging parang research mo dyan. Are there any articles already published in the internet or in the forums that would that is already saying that these are the culture of those kids that was born with this particular era na merong ganitong animation versus this. Yun lang yung scarcity ng data. Yun lang yung magiging problem diyan, no? Pero nakukuha ko naman yung whole project na to. Okay? Nga lang, parang masyado siyang madami. Okay? Masyado siyang madami kasi naisama mo si Walt Disney, so I don't know whether, well, anyway, these are draft pa lang naman. Okay? Maybe you could limit your target, no, into medyo specified lang. Huwag yung masyadong madami.
Okay.
Okay, baka kasi sa sobrang dami ng kinukuha natin, yung timeline natin, yung magiging kalaban natin later on. Kasi hindi lang tayo basta gagawa ng animation dito. Gagawa rin kayo ng research. There is a research behind your animation. Na kaya nyo ginawa to kasi ito yung sinasabi ng research. Okay? So, yan. Uh, do you think yung mga nilagay mo dito is a problem?
Depends sir sa makukuhang data nga if more on positive or more on negative yung makukuha ano.
Kasi kapag ka binabasa ko siya, hindi ko siya nakikita. Some, no? Yung iba dyan, they are just question. Hindi sila problem statement. No? Hindi sila problem statement. So, kagaya niyan, what values do animation still on the youth? Hindi siya, I don't find it as a problem. It's a question. So maybe, in the problem statement, babaguhin mo to.
Okay.
Okay, baguhin mo. You make it more of a problem type statement. No? Okay? Uh, halimbawa, ah ano kasi ang inaano mo dito, pinuprove mo yung animation effects sa mga youth, no? Sa mga
Apa.
bata. Uh, something like animation for the children. Medyo mahirap kasi yung konsepto mo kasi halos lahat ng problem statement mo tanong siya eh. It's not really a problem eh. Uh, what are the negative effects of the animation to society? Pwedeng ganito. Yan. Determining the positive effect of animation to the society. Yung mga ganun. So, that is a problem kasi you need to determine. Okay? So, maybe baguhin mo lang yung problem statement. Pero, nakukuha ko naman yung whole concept nung ano mo. Okay? Pero, syempre, kung yan yung ma-approve in future, you have to be concrete kung ano talaga yung isasama mo lang dyan. Okay?
Okay.
So, yun. Let's proceed to your second title.
Apa. Ito po sir.
Sige, go ahead.
The sexism displayed in online games, the discrimination towards female gamers. According to Anita Sarkeesian, who is one of the leading feminists in the gaming industry, she said, "My own contentious relationship with gaming continued through high school and college. I still enjoyed playing games from time to time, but I always found myself pushed away by the sexism that permeated gaming culture. There were constant reminders that I didn't really belong." Uh, Ever since the start of the pandemic, more and more people of all ages and gender are starting to play video games. What was once a male dominated community is now being flooded with female players. However, this comes with its own backlash as other male players try to assert dominance and show misogynistic traits. As a female gamer myself, I have firsthand experience on how male players undermine girls whenever we play games. So, this study aims to share awareness towards the experiences of female gamers in online games. Problem statement. What are the prejudices against women in online games? What are the common misconceptions about women when it comes to gaming? Is there really any difference between genders when it comes to games? The goal of this study is to spread awareness regarding the various events women experience while gaming, and for there to be an acknowledgement of these actions. Another goal is for women to realize that they are not alone in their adversaries. Objectives is to discover if there are more bad events or more good ones. Make female gamers feel that they are not the only ones who experience these events, and spread awareness of how the gaming community regards females. Uh, my target users are females aged 16 to 30, for they are the demographic who mostly plays for leisure. I did not include those who are 15 below because they are too much of a minor to realize the things that are happening. And from ages 16 to 30, these are the girls who, because esports is now a big trend, uh, these are the ages where girls are also able to compete in a worldwide level. Project timeline. It's the same as my first one because this is the more general, this is the more general timeline for most naman, sir. Yun lang po. Nakamute po, sir.
Balik ka dun sa statement of the problem.
Okay.
Bigyan mo naman ako ng idea ano yung magiging animation mo dito.
More on about sa ano po, sa females in esports in the female leagues competitions because ako po ngayon nagko-compete po ako. So, I wanna share my experiences na din and experiences ng other females while gaming.
Okay, so ipapakita mo doon na female and male are equal
Yes po.
in virtual world. Okay naman siya. Yun lang din ulit yung comment ko, the statement of the problem mo. Okay?
Yes po.
What are the prejudice against women in online games? Yeah, it would be answerable by your ano. What are the common misconception? Yeah. Is really a difference between gender. Okay, okay naman siya. Sige. Goals. Patingin ako ng goals.
Goals. Ito po.
Spread of awareness. Okay. Siguro ang ilalagay mo dito sa goal is, the goal is to create. Okay? Okay, this study, the goal of this study is to create, okay, is to create an info, ano bang tawag mo doon sa ano mo? Would it be a campaign? Ganon, no? Is to create a campaign to spread awareness, no? A campaign animation, a short film, okay, a short clip, yung ganon. Ilalagay mo lang, isisingit mo lang yun doon.
Okay.
Pero this title actually is ano, is a good title, no? So good title to. Much clearer, no? Much clearer siya doon sa first title mo. Okay? Ito kasi ang focus niya talaga, alam mo agad eh.
Apo.
Virtual game, no? Tapos between gender. Okay, so 'yun, no? So okay to. Okay tong second mo. Yun lang, no? Yun lang yung
Apo.
ano natin. Okay?
Okay.
Third.
Sa 3 titles ko nga po, sir, ito na yung pinakagusto ko.
Oo. Actually, clear siya. Kaya
Yes.
much okay siya.
Ito po. So the impact of online games on students. When I say impact, it's more on the academic and the social effects, the social behavior it instills to the students. A game is an opportunity to focus our energy with relentless optimism at something we're good at or getting better at and enjoy. In other words, gameplay is the direct emotional opposite of depression. Uh, the game's influence on people have long been a topic. Some say it promotes violent tendencies and is a source of addiction, while some say it helps in retaining focus and also as entertainment to escape from this world, they say. There are multiple studies that try to make sense of how games affects its users, but there is more to expound on. That is why I propose this title. From the problem statement, how does games affect the confidence of students? Because confidence directly correlates to behavior of the student. Do games promote uncivilized behavior like the because the common misconception is that games promote violent behavior? And does the anonymity provided by the internet change a person's behavior? Because no one knows your identity when you are in the internet. The main goal for this research is to find out if games affect a student positively or negatively, specifically on their academics and behavioral patterns. The objective is to determine whether games influence a student's academics and find out whether games contribute to the development of one's behavior. The target users are also the same, uh, age 16 to 30, for they are the demographic who mostly plays for leisure. 16 to 30 because same reason as my second topic. They are more mature and they will understand more about the topic. And sa project timeline, same lang din po, sir.
Okay. Balik ka dun sa problem statement. Hindi naman ito, yung topic mo naman dito is, bigyan mo muna ako ng idea dun sa magiging itsura or content ng
Animation.
yung animation mo.
I want to focus more on the positive effects dito, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So, gusto ko pong pakita sa animation na a student who excels both in his or her gaming while also excelling in his or her academics, and showing that their behavior does not change even if they are exposed to games.
Okay. That's a good point actually, no? Kasi there is a study there is a study na yun nga yung capstone ng current fourth year, game addiction naman siya. So if you're going to show positive side, okay din naman siya. Nga lang you have to support it with a study na may mga study na those who are engaged in games are also excelling in their
Actually,
classes.
sir, meron na po ako nahanap na pwedeng related literature.
Oh, yun. Okay. Okay siya. Now, siguro, uh, do games promote uncivilized behavior? Yes. Siguro yung mga problem statement mo dito, babaguhin mo ng konti. Okay? So, halimbawa, uh, kasi etong mga to, parang parang kapag ka tinignan mo to, medyo negative yung dating nila. Okay? So, dapat yung problem statement mo dito would be a positive. Okay? Halimbawa, does gaming and study, uh, can a student excel in gaming and while studying? Okay? Or both, no? Yung mga ganong type ng statement. Tapos, ano pa ba? Uh, is there a positive effect if you are into games? Ganon, no? Okay? So kasi ito, do games promote uncivilized behavior? Medyo negative na siya eh. No? Kasi if you're promoting positive, you have to rephrase the problem statement mo into a positive way. Okay, pero the point that you have installed on this is maganda. Actually, this is a good topic as well. Okay, kung halimbawa, magkaroon kayo ng groupings, you try to propose this one. This is also a good topic. No? Okay, so yun, no? Yung mga sinabi ko, you have to edit it and then submit the edited PowerPoint presentation later on. No?
Okay po.
So, i-up ko na lang yung link after siguro ng mga classmates mo. Hindi kami matatapos ngayon.
Yes po.
Okay? So, siguro yung next batch would be the next meeting. Tapos, you may edit this already and then once na in-up ko na yung link, i-submit na lang.
Okay.
Okay? So, yun, no? So, job well done with your presentation. I love the two topics, no? Yung isa medyo broad lang pero you could edit it. That can be done as well. Okay? So, yun lang. So, congrats.
Okay, thank you po, sir.
Okay.